Alrighty, and hello everybody. Welcome back to another fig review. Whoa! We have the lovely Bishoujo Draculaura from Kotobukiya. Y'all know I love Bishoujo figures, so I of course had to do this. And I was surprised to see, I'm very behind. I was surprised to see that there wasn't like a lot of videos about her. There were, but you know, usually Bishoujo and Kotobukiya figures get like a lot of attention. I don't know, maybe I'm just the biggest Bishoujo fan. I've taken over the market, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna go in and open her up. We're gonna take a look at her box first, then her more up close and etc. Anyways, front of the box, we of course have the cute Bishoujo art. I think all of the Bishoujo figures are made, like, designed after Shunya Yamashita's, like, art style. They make a lot of really cute art of a lot of different characters. Monster High, Bishoujo, Kotobukiya, blah, 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 blah. They have cute little polka dots, pink magenta polka dots on a black background. Boom! Ooh, there's the full art there. They're so cute. We have a cute little Monster High skull window on the back. I like that a lot. There's one thing that these Bishoujo figures do. They have cute ass boxes. All the My Little Pony ones, cute as hell. There is the figure on the side. She's got like some fancy lights behind her. A freaking watermark on there, I guess. Shout out. Sculpted by Rico. Top. Bottom. Oh no, my background stuff just fell. Speaking of my background stuff, I got this little shout out to my friend Mirai Splits. If you like buying, my friend getting like a free promo sponsor. If you like getting like anime merchandise, like kind of like tiny merchandise and stuff, especially if you like idols, they do other stuff too, but I got these from them. They do splits. So if you want a button or maybe like a little figure or keychain from like a box, you know, normally you would buy it from like a business, or you'd wait to go to a con and buy it from someone, or you get it like later and it's about a lot more expensive. They buy it, they get the box, then they let people claim it, and it's usually a bit cheaper than if you just ordered the whole box or if it's like individually on your own. And they have lots of other stuff too, so you should check them out. I say this because it benefits me too, because the more people that go and use their account and request splits, the more likely it is that they'll order something. So you guys, I'll go check them out. It's Mirai Splits on Instagram. All right, opening this box though, before we look at her shell really quick, look at her inside. I wouldn't have expected this, but I like that it's a nice baby blue pastel color. You know, that's a really cute color background for her. It kind of helps her pop a bit more, so I like that they went with that. It's not something I would have expected for Draculaura though. Even though I wasn't like a super huge Monster High kid, because I kind of missed the window of when those started. My younger sister had some, and I remember really liking them when I would see the designs, but I was just, you know, kind of too old for it, you know? But that doesn't mean I didn't still love the designs, and I hope they do make some of the other girls. I would hope for it. They probably would not make her, but I would hope for Gulia. But more realistically, I feel like Frankenstein or Claudine, I feel like they're the main three. Anyways, all the baggy packaging. Her base has its own little bag. We're gonna go ahead and look at it now too, but look at this cute base. Oh. You guys, I've been really appreciative of not boring bases lately, and Bishoujo has never had a boring base. Thank God. Like kind of like semi-opaque, but you can still kind of see through, and it like has that cool layering effect because of the way the light hits the skulls. I really like this. This is a great base. I love this a lot. All right, and then for Draculaura herself, she had one protective little blanket and a big piece behind her that wrapped around some of her ponytails. Boom! Attaching her to the base was really easy. It's just 2 pegs. You line it up. I believe in you. I have faith in you guys. All right, I've moved us in a little bit closer to her. Now that we've got her fully out of the box, look at how cute she is. And as well too, the Bishoujo line has been going for a bit, but I mean genuinely, every single time there's a new figure, there's something new and different and better that I think that they're doing than some of the previous ones. So I'm very excited. There's already things I see on this that I love. Just off the bat, her pose, so cute. We love the little leg kick up. I love the way her hair is balanced with the pose as well. I love also just the colors that we have going on, the different shades of pink, and obviously the blacks and grays, the very just nice contrast with everything. I'm pretty sure this is just based off of one of her already existing outfits, but I know sometimes the artists, they'll kind of like take pieces of each different outfit that they like and kind of combine them. They usually make some of their own just alterations. Most of my experience, if you look at my channel, is from the My Little Pony Bishoujo figures, and a lot of those were based off of the Equestria Girls outfits, but you could see where they took elements and tweaked them for something that's felt a little bit more modern or realistic. She looks fantastic just at a first glance, so we're already starting off great. Because I don't want to forget it, because I often do, and then I have to record another video separately, and then it's blah. We're gonna measure her. Starting off first easy with the base. Going, what is this, the diameter? That is 4 inches across, 4 inches. From the bottom of the base to the top of her head is just about 8.5 inches. And then from her furthest reaching ponytail to the base, 5 inches. That's a little harder to measure because it just, you know, how do you measure that sometimes? And then the rest of her really doesn't protrude out much past the bottom of the base, but that is the general measurements. Yippee! All right, let's actually look closer at her now though. All right, so to start, well, of course, the beautiful, wonderful face, my favorite part of any good figure. So, Draculaura's design, she is kind of like a light pink. She's not obviously skin tone. She's a vampire. It's a cute bubblegum pink, very, very pale, very, very cute. A lot of her is going to be mostly shades of pink and maybe like light magenta-y, purple, lilac-y, something in that range, depending on how your eyes feel, what you feel like calling it, I guess. You can see in her eye, like that's where I mentioned some of the lilac-y color, but then there's still some of that like kind of light pink. I love that you can see the pink in the inner corner of this eye here. I love that. Just a super cute, small little touch of detail. She's got huge eyelash decals. She's got a hot pink makeup. She's kind of got like a Gyaru style makeup. You can see where like under her eye, like the bottom eyelashes, there is that bit of pink that is peeking out right here. Kind of hard to explain what body part I'm trying to describe. The lower lid, but she's got a second lower lid. So it's kind of, like I said, a Gyaru style makeup, which I like though. This is like a more subtle Gyaru makeup. She's got a little pointy nose, got a little bit more of an upturn on there. A 3D sculpted mouth with her little fangs. Look at her little fangs. Little tongue, kind of more magenta-y. It's leaning more into the purple on the tongue area. She's got a little lip on the bottom lip. Again, that kind of magenta-y, purple, pinky. It's kind of hard to describe multiple different pinks, sorry. Almost forgot to mention it, but she's got the little heart underneath her eye as well. Again, kind of leaning more into like kind of Gyaru style almost, you know? And she's got her little Dracula pointy ears. So cute. I love the way that they're shaped. That's just a unique ear shape with like the curl on the inner part. I don't know, I like them. Then there is her little dangly earrings. What are those? Safety pin earrings. And her hair, her big hair. We got her bangs on the front. Look at how clean this paint is, you guys. Look at how immaculate, beautiful, clean this hair is. We got the black, we got the pink, The pink is multiple shades. So we have a dark pink on the bottom, and it gets a bit lighter at the top on this bang area. I don't believe the black is shaded. If it is, it's very subtle. Also, she's got her little eyebrows peeking out from under her bangs too. Didn't mention that, but just cute. They're not missing. I like that you can see the eyebrows through the bangs because of the way the bangs are sculpted. Love, 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 love. I also really like her little ear piece. My brain is broken, you guys. My brain is broken. I like it on both sides. It's so cute. It's that little bit of baby hair. Cute. Continue on to the rest of her hair. We got the back of her hair. All zigzaggy. So nice. So clean. Once again, like I said, I don't think this black is shaded. If it is really subtle. I just don't see any differences though. Then on the top again, we got the pink. I love the way these stripes were done. Look how clean. I like that they're mirroring each other, but they didn't make it even. It's more realistic, anime realistic, for how hair should be separating when it's mixed with these two colors, you know? Anyways, ponytail number 1. Yeah, look at that. Look at that nice swirl. Look at that cute little swirl. And here's the other side. Yippee! Some of these lines are maybe could leave more to be desired, but these ones are a bit more complicated. I can still nitpick it. Like right here, you can see there's a little dot right there. So some of the black got a little messy on some of these end pieces. These are harder to angle, so this is less surprising to see, but you know, like this I feel like could look a little bit better. Like this connecting line maybe just could have been a bit better, but this is minute, me being a person on the internet with opinions, okay? So take that with a grain of salt. Once again, because I really like the difference in the coloring here, this pink, man, this is such a nice gradient. We got the hot pink here, this like super hot pink too, and then it gets really nice and light up here. And again, we have the hot pink on the insides, but I just really like how hot pink it is at the end. It's like, yes, yes. So the hair is fantastic. What else can I even say at this point? We've covered it all, but she's got big hair. Hair is very important. We have her little necklace on the front. It's a semi-translucent. I mean, it's mostly translucent, but it's just kind of thick, so you can't really see through anything. But you can tell it's translucent. It's like a flower with some petals, just gems. Nothing spectacular there. You can see there's like a little star imprint in there, but all I can see. There's not really much going on for this. It's pretty simple. I won't lie. For this figure, I feel like that's the only part I don't love. I just don't like translucent plastics, usually. I don't know. They just feel like cheap kids' toys. I think that's why. Sometimes I like them. Like down here, I like it. But this is different. This is different. This is fully translucent. This is semi-translucent. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't know what else to say. It's whatever. It's whatever. I feel like it could have been just as good with 1 or 2 of them being translucent and the rest being opaque. But the whole thing being translucent, it's like, it's just a kid's necklace. You know, I think my baby's got some of these. Now, she's got her... Oh goodness, what is this called? Guys, I'm telling you, mom brain is horrible. All these words I used to know are gone. All I can think of, and this is not what it is, a bib. So, her bib, I like that there's like tiny little details to kind of just give the implication of lace. I also like that it's a pearlescent white paint. You can see the collar underneath the necklace that I mentioned. Moving right down, we have her vest, hot magenta vest with shading. They used purple for shading. Kotobukiya tends to use purple for shading on things. I also like that they tend to put in seams so you can see like how this was sewn. You can see it here, you can see it here, and you can also see it along the ridges of the vest. Love, love, love that. She's got two big old buttons on the front. Big old buttons. Very nice, very small, petite. Here is the back of the vest. Once again, more of those like sewn lines and then some more just regular seam lines. This is a very handmade looking vest. A lot more sewn lines than I would expect for a kind of fancy Draculaura vest. Then we have, her beautiful, gorgeous arms. You guys, it's glitter. Look, it's real glitter. You can kind of tell by me moving the light, it's real glitter. You get the point. I love too, this gives the appearance of it being semi-transparent on her arm where you can kind of see her skin through the shirt. Obviously love all these fabrics and folds, and I just love that it's glitter. Me when my figure has glitter on it. Glitter. The cuffs of the shirt have little lacy, doily looking kind of cuffs. Again, that pearlescent white. There's not as much shading on the cuffs as like some of the other parts of the pearlescent, so there's less of that purple tone that you see on some of the other pieces. Her hands. Ooh. These are very nicely sculpted hands. First of all, painted nails, hot pink painted nails that are painted well as well. They're not painted ugly. I love that you can see the sculpt of the fingers and the knuckles. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. I love the sculpt on these. Can you see this nail better here? Yeah, look at that. That's a good nail. Look at them. 2 thumbs up. Her skirt. Nice. White, opaly, pearlescent skirt with all the wrinkles and folds. You can see that purple shading I mentioned. That I kind of touched on it a bit earlier, but we have this fishnetty kind of fabric. I don't really know what kind of fabric this would be other than fishnet. This one I like because it's fully see-through. It's just translucent. It's not super thick. Doesn't look cheap. It's just a nice way to kind of break up the design and add a touch of black towards the bottom. We have her sparkly legs that match her sparkly shirt. Yippee, sparkly, sparkly, sparkly. I like too that there's, again, they do details on the fabric so well. That like the bend of the knee where the fabric bunches up, that's so good. Sculptor really popped off on this one. Like, look, we even got it on the front. It's like the boots are pressing up against it. Is it on there too? Yeah, this is nice. I love this touch of fabric. It's such a nice bit of detail. Shading in here as well. There's darker purples mixed in with the lighter lilac-y purples. Again, to kind of give it that see-through-ish effect. Then moving on though, we have the boots. The boots. Nice. A kind of softer pink. This isn't as a magenta-y. It's kind of closer to her hair color, but it's still not quite. It's touching more in the purple range. You can see it's got a bit more purple at the bottom, and then it goes up to the top. It gets just more pink. I don't know what kind of pink that is. Stale pink? That's not a word. But it's a little bit more of a softer pink at the top, where this is like touching into the purple. There's a little blue heart on the front, the black laces going all the way down with the silver rivets keeping the laces in, this gray band thing that's doing God knows what, the black boot, base, the heel, and then there's the other one. Would have loved if they put a little design on the bottom of these, kind of like how they did with some of the My Little Pony ones. Probably not technically accurate, but I don't care. Put a heart on it. I like that this boot has a bit of a crunch on the top, a little crunchy by the heel. There's a little bit of crunchy on the heel here too. Just, again, such a smart detail. These are kind of things that you don't usually see, so I'm really excited. And there's Draculaura. Underneath too, we always show the booty, but she just has frills, which I'm okay with. I don't need panties and stuff, okay? There's usually panties for me to complain about, but if there's just frills, I like that too, because it fits. Of course she has a petticoat underneath. So, there she is. We're going to get her back on her base, and then we're going to do final thoughts. Alrighty, well, that is going to bring us to the end of the video. Final thoughts. Obviously, I love this figure. all of those nitpicks I had were so minor. It was literally me being like, here's like a touch of paint that like is a bit off. Maybe this could have been a bit neater. None of these were like big complaints. These were all just like me just flowing my thoughts into the ether. This is a great figure. Probably one of the best Bishoujo figures that I've gotten so far. I've gotten a lot. I've gotten the Darkstalker ones, and I've gotten all of the My Little Pony ones at some point. I don't have them all anymore, but I have had them all in possession at one point. But this one is like, it's got the glitter paint. It's got the super nice gradients for the hair. Sometimes when they do multiple colors in the hair, previously I've seen where it can get a little funky. Examples being Sunset Shimmer had some rough spots. I think Rarity was a little bit rough, even though she doesn't even have multiple colors. They just did a weird thing for her hair. Twilight, I think, had 1 or 2 rough spots. This one was really nice. There were those tiny bits at the bottom, but this is by far the best that I have seen from Bishoujo for striped multicolor hair. I love all the different types of paint and textures they use. We had like the pearly shiny paint, we had obviously just the normal mattes, the translucent paints, the glitter. Her facial expression, 10 out of 10. We got the teeth, we got the mouth. She had that kind of cute Gyaru-esque makeup. Her bangs, this was just such a great figure. There were so many nice details, but probably the only thing that I already mentioned, again, this outfit's probably based off an official one. I think that necklace just looks a little for me. It looks like it's for a little girl. And this is a little girl's line, so maybe that's why. I just kind of wish it wasn't all clear pieces. I wish there were parts that were maybe made to look like metal mixed with the translucent plastic. I think that would have just translated a little bit better, where it looked more like jewelry versus like a big chunk of gem sculpted into the shape of a necklace. Anyways, I will be posting more pictures of her on my Instagram. That is at Desunasis. And I have been very consistent about this, streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern. We've been very consistent about that. I appreciate everyone who pops up to those streams. I really appreciate all of you guys. I love seeing you there. I'm more of a streamer on my YouTube than I am a figure reviewer, so I appreciate people who come to both of them. So, I love you guys. Like, subscribe, all those other good YouTuber-y things. I really appreciate you watching to the end of this video. I hope that you had a great last week, couple weeks, because it's been more than a month now, I think. How we had a great last month? I don't know. Hope you have a great next week, month, whatever it ends up being, because I'm very inconsistent these days. Pew, 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 pew. Eggs on, eggs on, eggs on. Eggs on your face. I got all on your faces. Thank you so much. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.